doing our clerk's job.
Yeah. Just believe me, it's going to get worse.
Call our meeting to order at 9:45 a.m. Will you join us with the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Be seated. Okay, budget adjustments.
Did you do that?
No, I didn't do that.
Oh, no way. I know who did it. Oops. Is this something new?
No. A different way to view the cameras.
Oh.
We have a special dispensation.
Yep, there you go. You just click them on the left-hand side, it takes you there.
Okay.
Pop that one up that shows pretty well all the courthouse cameras.
Probably do...
Yeah. 5, exterior.
That shows you in the court.
Yeah, go back to that.
Okay, and you can see people in jail, so hopefully no one shows up.
Okay.
Well, that's okay, there's one there that I want. Yeah, I didn't have time to play with the 3-year words, all that, so anyway. Budget adjustments.
You just give me this. Now you want me to get out of here?
Just minimize it.
Minimize it, okay.
Can't
I can
you?
do that. You didn't think I knew how to do that, did you? You thought you were going to throw something at me there, didn't you?
Yeah, but it's getting it back, it's the right track.
I'll get it, don't you worry. Ryan, don't go away.
We have until 10, so work with that.
You're doing good, Bob.
I'm good, yeah. Okay, there are 3
There's
budget
one
adjustments.
manual.
I looked at them this morning. What was this one for?
IT equipment.
Oh, it says it right there. Okay.
Budget increase.
Yeah, budget increase there, yeah. Any questions?
Okay, would there be a motion to approve budget adjustments? Oh, there is one manual.
Okay.
For the sheriff's office. Transfer money in the 911 account. Pay salary and expense for 911. Okay, do we have a second?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
If there's no further discussion, proceed.
Jeff Myers.
Yes.
Bob Hesta.
Yes.
Glenn Miller.
Yes. Budget adjustments have been approved.
I just set that there, it's coming out. I just set that there, it'll be coming out today, or you guys need to sign it, I didn't know what you wanted to do with it. If you wanted to do a resolution or just the signing of that. I mean, there was a resolution a while back, but since we're releasing the funds and it's $500,000, I didn't know if you wanted to. I went ahead and printed out the budget adjustment. No.
So, budget adjustments.
Right under that.
And here are the
The B.
then and now resolutions. And a lot of, I looked through more, a lot of disposals for them.
Got it.
I thought she was gonna fix that, but there's a lot of them on there. Not that it doesn't bother me, I just thought we'd go over a way to fix that, we can't.
You don't have to sign it, I just thought it'd be easier, but you can.
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
There's a lot of them. They go all the way down to the bottom.
It's like your trip to the landfill.
Yeah, that's what, every time I go to the landfill, yeah.
I've seen those.
Yeah, they made more trips this past.
Oh, they made a lot of trips, yeah. And maybe that's why they weren't prepared for that, but see, like this one, I can show you, Jeff, they go to, that's Defiance County.
I saw some good county ones in there.
Yeah, yeah, oh, you looked at them already.
Yeah.
The container is bulky and light for Wood County. If it's dense and heavy, you go to Defiance County, it's cheaper. So yeah, Defiance County. And it's all about, pretty well all about same distance.
Any questions?
Will there be a motion to approve then and now?
Well, motion.
I'll second.
Okay, do we have any further discussion?
What you should do is you should open a purchase order beforehand, because you almost know that you're gonna go to both those places eventually. And that way, when they get your invoice, you don't have to go through then and now. You take a little pre-planning.
Well, money-wise, I think, because I suggested that to her, another thing.
It's been suggested before, they don't wanna tie the money up, so then they do it this way.
Oh, no. Guess we'll just keep doing it this way.
Well, no matter what we say, the way they want.
They will, yeah.
Now, so,
Yeah.
Unless you,
unless it's told by the auditors that this is how you have to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're,
or we let them sit and wait. I mean, there's repercussions, but that would eliminate half of those. Because I guarantee you, they'll probably go to Defiance and Wood County
Those are the two, yeah.
again.
I mean, they're gonna have to prove it one way or the other anyway, whether it be a regular bill or.
It'd be better though if you earmark the money.
Mm-hmm.
And I know if things are tight, that their revenues have been pretty good too.
They should be able to now earmark a batch of money for that, you think.
There was something else.
the only other one that they go to is Vienna Junction in Michigan, but they
Yeah.
haven't been there for a while.
And that's fine, because you can do it for various vendors, a purchase order for various
Various
vendors for
vendors.
landfill expenses and run all of them out of the same thing.
Makes it a lot quicker.
It makes it a lot easier for them too, because say, I can predict right now that before the end of this month, they're gonna go to a landfill.
Probably, maybe even twice today.
And maybe even twice today, or
Yeah.
twice next week sometime.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, right now they're pretty busy, so, which they're happy about, but there again.
Yeah, we haven't heard since Wood County opened back up, what was it, on the 4th, we haven't heard.
They're
how
still,
that's affected.
they're still pretty busy. Yep. I stopped the day with it. Yeah.
So when they pay those, are they a check for each one, or are they able to combine them, is that, how does that work?
well, what this is that the then and now is because the purchase order that she applied for to earmark the money is after the invoice date. The invoice date's is printed on when they show up, because they give you the invoice on the date that they show up, I believe. So if I put in a purchase order then today's date, and they go next week, then it wouldn't become a then and now. Because you earmark the money, but they don't track that, they want to.
Did you get that sign language?
I mean, it's still gonna get paid, it's just,
Yeah, it's just how,
You only have one PO set up, PO for every single one of them. So instead of 15 POs, you would have one.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Because they paid all out of the same account line, isn't it?
I would assume so.
Morning, Wood.
Good morning, how are you?
Okay.
Morning, Mike.
Did we vote on that now?
No, that was the discussion I interrupted.
Yeah, yeah. Let's try.
Okay, if there's no further discussion on then and now, Christie?
Jeff Myers.
Yes.
Bob Hosta.
Yes.
Glenn Miller.
Yes, then and now have been approved. Oh, by the way, thank you for wearing your face masks and understand there's certain kind of buildings where the policy isn't understood and still trying to work through that. At least at this point, since we're three elected officials here besides us, is going to be having a conversation again with the judges Thursday morning, and just for simplicity's sake, it will be limited to the commissioners and the judges. But you've probably seen, Gwen, Michael, that letter from the Supreme Court.
About the courts?
Yeah, and procedures. Which is pretty well, if we follow what we're supposed to be doing, we're following.
Yes.
Just want further clarify, just want to confirm that we're good also with maintenance and.
So, Judge just sent me an email before I came out, because we have grand jury May 27th.
Okay.
And he said, we are trying to work out how to keep restrooms clean for the grand jurors. And then I have to talk to him about if I'm gonna have any exhibits for the grand jurors.
And it's, well, in that there's elevators, and the thing will be, is people moving around.
Well, and
we
so I
know
think,
they
I
fall
think
on
he's talked about maybe either one at a time or directing security to direct them upstairs. Hopefully security will have their masks on then at that time. But, you know,
Did he
walking, getting in the elevator, those kind of things, he and I have talked about, and we kind of came up with a game plan where to seat everybody, and how to keep everybody, but the big thing is the restrooms, because he has his jury room restroom, the one up in the old magistrate room, and then we've got
the regular
public one. So I think he's looking at utilizing all three that day, one at a time, but how to clean it then.
In between usage.
Should you put like a spray bottle outside, just, you know what I mean?
Could, and we have to make sure we're gonna have a sanitizer bottle outside of each one, or inside each one too, before you go in.
Yeah.
So yeah, May 27th, and I had talked to, so.
A lot of extra stuff.
Because we probably don't even have that many spray bottles, do we? You could pick them up at Walmart or wherever though. Just
Well, I tried to judge one thing that Franklin, although Franklin is much bigger than we are, but they're redoing the courtroom and putting plexiglass everywhere. They have put a piece of plexiglass in front of the witness stand, they put a plexiglass in front of the judge's bench, they put plexiglass separating some of the jurors.
What did he do with the witness? Anything today?
Well, for trials, what they're doing is they're doing some of it by Zoom. Like defense counsel and prosecutor will be in the courtroom, the witness will be available Zoom-wise. Katie just had a Zoom trial in juvenile court yesterday.
Oh, yeah? How does it work out? Does it work out okay?
You know, there are a few little glitches, but they have them in what they call the waiting room. And so before they click them in, they're somewhere else, and then they do that, but.
Yeah, and that also keeps,
Other people out.
Zoom bombing
Yeah.
also.
Yeah,
That's-
right.
That's one of the.
One of our prosecutors is actually doing grand jury by Zoom.
And that's still, in that letter, was
Mhm.
still a recommendation.
Yeah, I don't know that, our technology, Judge doesn't have Zoom on his computer, so he can't.
We have
No
purchased, and we'd like to have a conversation with Judge McCauley, because she works, presumed, from her office.
Yeah,
But we just purchased some monitors that have the camera and the microphone in from Dell.
okay.
And really would like to see how those
'Cause
work.
that's
But I
what-
really, my personal would be, like to have her on the bench.
Yeah.
Because it's also close to the recording device that
Yeah.
she needs to be, that needs to be able to be turned on and off.
Yeah.
But the Supreme Court still recommends people working from home
Yep,
for the, and there's no date on it. It's open-ended as well as many remote.
yeah.
And I don't know how many thousands and thousands of minutes Judge McCullough has used. It's amazing.
She does all of hers that way.
Well, I think for her, that's really good, because she don't have the people in there, period.
Well, and Judge Collier probably would, but he doesn't have the microphone on his
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's calling in on Thursday.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah. We are looking, while you're here, for
Mhm.
the courthouse and possibly the senior center.
Is that the one that Nick was talking about, that Campbell's had?
Yeah, yeah.
No, Campbell's has a
They got-
camera that's on a tripod,
Oh, okay,
which is not safe in the courthouse.
right,
This is manufactured by the same company that made our magnetometer.
okay,
And where you set up you have a display screen, you set up your thresholds,
mhm,
and the person comes in like this, or stands over, if there's room between here and the wall, for the
Right.
forehead,
yeah,
and it will alert. Bonus, an automated hand sanitizer.
nice.
I wonder if that's in that original price, or if that's an add-on. Because they got.
No, it's included.
in that, okay.
That's what's nice,
Yeah.
right there's that price.
Yeah, that's in the bad.
The camera that the system that Campbell's are using, the camera, is manufactured in China.
Mm.
This is manufactured in Utah. We've checked, and the nearest, at least out of Columbus sources, there's nobody in the state of Ohio right now
But,
that's manufacturing.
because Utah never went on a complete lockdown.
Yeah, and this will,
Oh, good.
uh,
For the senior center too, then?
that's what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
I mean, for the senior center, it'd be all right for them to do it in normal times. I mean, just
Yeah.
if you want to take it a day, and it's a short, check
I
line.
think so. Really, it probably, now in hindsight, it wouldn't have been bad to be doing something with, just the normal flu season.
Yeah.
Sure. Now you throw this in the mix and the other COVID.
Especially for the senior center where all of them are susceptible to
Pretty
flu
susceptible,
and
yeah.
whatever else.
And this is also covered under the CARES Act.
Oh, even better.
Yes. Well,
As long as they don't run out of money.
the $20,000 system, I was all in favor because the CARES Act would pick it up. But they have the same infrared temperature scanning capability, but they also have a lot now with facial recognition software, which is, it's cool, but
Yeah, a lot of people
This-
would not.
Yeah.
we looked at, on the internet, a bunch of different ones,
Mhm.
more, the cameras either tripod or ceiling
Right.
mounted, and we just stumbled across that one.
That one was pretty
And
good.
liked
Yeah.
the idea.
Yeah.
It's easy, simple,
Right.
And you can program your target temperature in there to make it sound more.
Even better.
Yeah.
Does it not?
I wish we could target an alarm in there and say, not you, not you, not you.
Oh, it's not, I think let me find it.
Or if we put a box, if someone is shorter, we put a box that someone can stand on?
Yeah,
Go back.
well, a shorter person hit their forehead.
Should hit their
I
forehead.
would think. I've seen, Lisa, I've seen dimensions somewhere, I'm not sure.
I was just thinking like wheelchair,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then in the course.
Yeah, and, and then where, it's where do we place it? Do we place it early on and catch them before they even get to,
The magnetometer?
yeah.
That's what we'd like to do, but we don't know if there's enough room between the magnetometer and those shelves sitting there.
Well, eventually, are we gonna keep those shelves there if we open it back up?
Where'd they come from? Did they come from the auditor, from your office?
No? Oh, I thought they were
I thought they were
in your
theirs,
office. They found them somewhere in storage,
Oh, okay.
which they work out nice.
Yeah.
Better than that other thing we started out with.
That's your room.
Huh? How about not? Need my conference room with my television where I can have Zoom meetings? Yeah.
No, I don't, again, Lisa, I saw some dimensions somewhere. If I find them, because we worked through,
Yeah, it was like,
we found them yesterday, and we're working
Things
through
on the
this
street.
is the size. It's not, as footprint wise,
Yeah.
not very big.
I would think there'd be enough room once you come in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the height in that description looks like it's high up.
Mhm.
Just wondering if ADA.
Oh,
Well, we still have handheld.
we still have handhelds, and
Okay.
if somebody comes in like in a wheelchair, yeah. we'd have
Is
to
the
do-
nurse gonna still be there?
That will be, we haven't got that far in discussions with Mark. Kind of Mark's, you
Yeah.
know, pops around.
Or I suppose if not, then you leave the thermometer and
Yeah.
see if the sheriff will allow security to do
Yeah.
that if someone's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Judge Collier, his sister-in-law is a doctor, does that sound right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
sister-in-law.
think it's it.
And he and I were talking last week, and he had some lengthy conversations with her. And her concern was for the people that are, you know, even using the no-touch, they were so close to that individual that almost the risk is greater than the benefit.
Yeah. Well, she has a stand back, so that we are not,
About 7 feet.
yeah, that we are not on top of her.
Okay.
She does have everybody stand. Right at the, she's got an X right at the end of the magnetometer, and if us employees, like, sometimes I get there before she does, so when I come back out to have her do it, I go back and stand on that X.
Does it tell that far?
What's that?
That far off, it gives the temperature?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's more of a body.
Well, if you'd come see us every so often, you would know that.
I'm busy.
Yeah. We keep her helping over here.
They won't let me.
We keep her working.
I know.
She's been asked to come out to the landfill.
Yeah. She don't wanna go out there, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 10 after 10, sorry to get sidetracked. We have, Assistant Prosecutor Mike Kavanaugh, Prosecutor Gwen Howe-Gavers, Auditor Kevin Geringer, and Treasurer Lisa Speaks here, and we are going to be talking about two items. One is the drop payment box, and the other is the financial transaction device for payments. And I think, let's lead off with that, Michael.
Certainly. So, comes to our attention that it's necessary for the county to proceed with a resolution to give county officials the ability to receive county expenses through financial transaction devices. And that's why we need a resolution to and make that happen.
Well, yeah, and what you explained to us before is that this is pretty standard language. It was pretty well copied from Cuyahoga County. And so instead of reinventing the wheel, it is.
Right, a lot of this language was taken straight out of the Ohio Revised Code and from other counties, Cuyahoga, Union. So, the definitions in particular are straight out of the Ohio Revised Code, which we have.
And you have to come up with a percentage, correct?
You're right.
Yeah, and then we have the percentage.
So what's this allow us to do?
What Lisa wants to do.
And
Taking payments
what
and.
some are already using credit cards for.
Oh, yeah.
These are for credit card, financial transaction devices are a broad range of abilities. The two are online transactions and credit card readers.
Oh, okay.
Two of those.
I think you have something.
With our dog tag, yeah, we do online and debit credit cards already. So we should have this resolution. All right. Can you backdate it about 3 years back?
I think we did that, let's just leave it.
Yeah, I don't know, like, just Lamb's always sell credit cards, debit cards, things like
Yes.
that.
Yeah, so going forward, we just need to decide on a percentage.
Yep.
So what's the percentage for?
For any surcharges, that,
Convenience.
for convenience fees or surcharges, or
If the entities would determine that they want to accept these.
correct.
This is a
What do you?
minimum or maximum amount that we would allow them to charge us if we determine we're gonna accept these.
We charge, online, we charge like $2 for the convenience fees. And I believe we passed a resolution to do that specifically.
I thought we did.
It's been a while. And then when we do our debit credit card, because we use the Square app, it was like 50 cents or something like that, because it's, whatever their percentage is at $20, it was, we're losing like 1 or 2 cents, because you're always taking the pennies.
Yeah.
But we'd rather lose that than deny people, because most people don't have the
Did
cash.
the square charges went up though, didn't they?
Well, they went up and they sort of,
They redid, nice.
they redid it. It used
Yeah.
to be like a flat, say, 1 or 2%.
Yeah.
And then it went to, the transaction
Yeah.
is 20 cents, and then it's a percentage after that.
Yeah.
So we had to change it to like 55 cents or something.
Yeah.
What is, Lisa, the company you're looking at, what's their transaction cost?
$2 flat fee for, check, and 2 or 2.5% charged to them. There's nothing charged to our office.
No, that's,
So
yeah.
that
there's
many
a-
either, but it's a 2 or 2.5. I have to look at those.
So if someone came in to pay their taxes, they'd have to pay 2 to 2.5% more.
And 100% of that fee goes to the vendor, right, nothing to your office, correct? Okay.
But they come in to pay their taxes. Yeah, if they use a debit or credit card, they would.
Yeah,
But if they pay with a check or cash, they would.
yeah.
Electronic checks are $1.50, debit, credit cards are 2.5% with a $2 minimum. And some of the other ones that we're
Do
looking
they
at are
limit,
3
is there only certain credit cards they will take?
takes every card.
including-
This one does.
Including
American
American
Express.
Express? Because that's typically a 4 or 5%.
And Discover Card's usually a little higher too.
Is that,
Discover Card's a little higher too.
It's in the app, that's why I.
Yeah, so you don't have to, if you don't want to add it, since they're already going to be added on.
It's not a
I
requirement.
just thought the wording was just for a cap. If anybody further on down the line wanted to do one, that we wouldn't commit to anybody with over a certain percentage.
It says may. So if you say, if Lisa, when she gets this started, doesn't want to charge a surcharge, this says may. You guys are just saying, going forward, let's say that the recorder decides that she wants to start taking credit cards, and she wants to start charging an additional percentage.
Mhm.
You're allowing those next county officials to do that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be, it says may. And each county official who does this, it says may.
Yeah.
Doesn't say shall. You're just authorizing, as the commissioners, you're authorizing them to charge a whatever
If
percentage.
they see fit.
If they see fit. If they don't want to, they don't have to.
And also, the Ohio Revised Code is also may language, but it's also, they may do a percentage or a flat fee. So you have the flexibility to write into the resolution whatever
Yeah.
you would want. That's why I left that section highlighted, so to give you some
Yeah.
flexibility
Yeah.
on how to deal with that, especially because depending on the financial transaction company, whatever their
Whatever their fee is. Yeah.
might make more
Yeah.
sense to reflect it in that. And that's something that can be changed in the resolution.
It can be changed anytime.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to because those percentages could go up from the credit
Well,
card
they will,
company.
they will.
Yeah.
So
It's too easy to.
it's up to you what you want to do with that.
So that's above and beyond what,
Correct. Above and beyond what the credit is.
For the convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that the city, it was a debate for a while, back in the day when I was on council, when the city went to it. People don't hesitate.
If you had it at the DMV, I would say 50% of the people, and they would pay that $1.95 fee.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you had it there. Yes, yes.
2%, some people are paying $4 or $5 for a couple stickers, you know.
Yeah.
People will pay it, yeah,
Yeah.
just for the convenience.
For the convenience, exactly. My suggestion would be, let's set it at 3%.
And then just leave it, no surcharge, just the 3%, or you want to just, well, the surcharge is up, it would be up to,
it depends, because every place probably is a little different too,
Yeah.
but.
But if the company's already charging it.
yeah, right.
Then this wouldn't apply.
So then we might want to change the language to defray the processing fees.
Yeah.
Just take that out.
Take out a surcharge, just say processing fee.
Yeah.
Christie, why don't you go ahead and make the changes. If you do it now, great. Otherwise, we can pass it on Thursday.
So, Lisa, if we pass this, and you can pay it online then? You just go online and pay your taxes that way?
Then I can, once you say it's okay, then I can sign my contract with the
Okay.
people, and it has the capability of online and phone
Okay.
in.
So online, can we also pay with EFT, electronic fund transfer?
An online
Yeah,
check, yes.
an online check, and that's $1.50 for an online check.
Yeah, and,
Is there a cost to receive one of them, an online? Because I do a lot of payments like that. I don't think I ever pay more, like my car payments and stuff. I do them online.
They
Yeah.
may take.
usually commercial eats the cost, government doesn't.
Yeah. Okay.
When I was at Ohio State, I had to pay a percentage of, to do it online for because my housing was through Ohio State.
Yeah.
And so if I paid it online, there would be an extra percentage
Okay.
that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The
I didn't.
bills, you have to pay it.
Oh, okay. I did not know that there was a charge on like electronic check. Okay.
But, well, you know, like in with a credit debit, you know, from your business, it's, you get dinged for swiping it.
Yeah.
We, with our printing company, we went to, we took credit cards from our vendors. We never stored any credit cards, because it gets you a whole different ballgame.
Oh yeah.
And, we did it online, and you filled in the information
Yeah.
on the computer. and,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was much cheaper,
Yeah.
easier, more secure that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. When, this is that done, we'll act on it.
Okay.
And we'll circle back to, oh, she's almost on a run.
Almost, that word got her, almost, got her. I think it's the almost.
If you want to run that, find the exterior cameras. I'm not sure they're buried in there.
Exterior cameras.
Go to,
Exterior for where?
Got what?
all cameras.
Sir?
Okay.
Can you reach that?
You got his all cameras right there.
All right, well, about figuring out, get the exterior cameras. Have a resolution to the matter of the use of financial transaction devices by county entities for payment of county expenses. Would there be a motion on that?
I will make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? We did revise or change a paragraph. It says, and be it further resolved that all county officials and any county office under a county official may charge a surcharge of 3% of the county expense. Any additional discussion?
So it'll be up to them, up to 3% we're saying. Is that correct?
It would be if the credit card vendor isn't charging themselves, then the department or the official would need to charge a fee to cover the transaction costs. But many of them have governmental side of their business that handles that. If there's no further discussion, would you call the question, please, Christie?
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
Bob Hudson?
Yes.
Glenn Miller?
Yes. This resolution has been approved. Okay. Thank you for that. I want to talk about, before you take off, Michael, we want to increase the contract fee with the landfill by $1.
Okay.
He was just gonna take it back.
I was
We
gonna
can't leave it yet.
60.
Oh, okay.
He's just
This
gonna.
really isn't fine.
Oh, well, you know, his mask coordinates with his shirt.
You've already contaminated that.
That's true. That's a very good point.
And get some lights.
Poor Michael.
Carry it around in July, you can carry around your little tub of Clorox wipes when we're.
When you can find them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're here, the next item is talk about the Dropbox. Lisa and Kevin, Lisa?
Well, I cannot get.
Much. I'd like to get a Dropbox. I had 2 locations that I had suggested so that people could drive up after hours or during normal hours if they don't want to come through security. Be located around the sheriff's
Yeah, I'm trying to get that. I can't get the one, the view we had the other day.
There it is, right there.
That's the view, yeah, that's the one that we were
That's
wondering.
at the back door,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But you can't drive up to that one.
Can I drive and get out?
Back far.
For
I'm
property.
thinking, yeah, across from there, and I was told that the sheriff had cameras on these areas already.
It'd be back by the corner of the building
Yeah,
there.
we've got, yeah.
You go to that, what about that camera clear to the right, about the third one down,
Right there?
right there.
Yeah, if I click on it, well, oh, there it does. Oh.
There, that's by the,
Yeah.
This is where you're talking about right there where my,
That's the back door, isn't it?
by the sheriff.
yeah.
Yeah, it's those steps that go up.
So it'd be the south side of the sheriff's office, there's that's a.
Yeah.
Basically the south side, yeah.
So, in that area, was one of the locations that
Yep,
he said.
you'd have
That
to have
is-
it there.
We'd have to change a camera though to put it there, wouldn't we?
Why?
Right there?
Right
By
there?
the
Unless you
stairs.
put it right by the stairs, yeah. Unless
Okay.
you put it right,
Well, we don't know, there may be another camera.
Or to the left, you know, or, oh, you know what I mean, in the raft?
I don't know if you wanna go too far, to see that car there with
The parking?
the sheriff's deputy's car sometimes park there.
Okay.
oh,
So you still wanna put it right where you were at, Bob. That
About
way
right-
the
about
car
right
can
there.
still come in, put it in, and still make
Yeah,
its way
yeah,
out of the parking
yeah.
lot.
the advantage, here's the advantage of that. People can drive through there and drop it off. The disadvantage is you gotta walk across the parking lot to get that every day. That's the
Have to
disadvantage.
get the mail every day.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, mail, you walk to the bank.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get your steps in.
Or just drive up and pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you could park there.
There are several other, counties that already have this. I remember seeing one like over in Fulton County. It's just a way of conveniently dropping off things, you know, ever since we've had the increase of security, now the security's like one door we've been doing this, 5 or 6 years now. I mean, we still get, why is there only one door? How do I get in this place? And we understand why we have to do that, there's no questions of that, and I think the increased security is a really good thing. But it's just for those that still want to come to the courthouse, it just gives them an option that they can still come to the courthouse,
Yeah.
that they don't have to get in.
Especially with taxes coming up in July, people may not still feel comfortable coming into the courthouse. Or, like you said,
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
wanna zoom on through and drop their money in.
And there's people that have I'll just call it a walking problem,
Yeah.
and it's hard, you know, we get people that come in, I couldn't get a parking spot.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No.
so this just helps, gives them another option of.
If you put it
That
here,
was the issue and talked about having it at the west door.
Yeah.
People still had to walk to
Right.
it.
they still gotta walk.
And, it's not so much, you know, my thought is to have a drive-up solution. You can have somebody pull up back there and they can walk to the box.
Yeah. Here's what I see about putting it right here. If you're gonna put it right in that area right there, you have to dig that dirt out and pour a concrete there so you can fasten it down.
That
Yeah.
shouldn't take too much though.
No, it won't take much.
Huh?
Michael feels that.
Well, there's a picture, at least I have.
Yeah. Oh, there's that picture. Oh, you got it now. But don't do that shit to me. Do not do that to me, because now,
You're amazing. Cyberpunk, you are amazing. Wait till we tell them next door.
yeah. Wait a minute, where we were wasn't the right picture anyhow. This is the
I
other
don't
stuff.
think we have,
Well,
we don't have a
we
camera
don't-
view like that.
But
Yeah, we
that's
don't.
in the area where we were about
Yeah.
at.
And this my opinion, if you had it in like letter A there, that would be probably more easily to be seen, because you're gonna, you sort of advertise it, and word will get out, you can put it on our Facebook.
And there is a camera on that spot, I think. isn't
I don't
there?
think
If you move it, to the north, closer to the steps there, then the camera picks it up.
The CCNO bus stops there occasionally, not as much as they used to. sometimes there's a sheriff deputy in the car that,
Well, they won't be able to park there, like on the weekends, they come and, if I go to the office, there's one parked smack dab at the entrance, and you gotta like go around, but they're not gonna be able to do that.
Get out of your car and carry it there.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, CC&O bus only comes two times a day, and the first one's really early in the morning.
yeah,
And the other one's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
and you're there 5 minutes, 10
Yeah,
minutes.
exactly.
At the most.
So it's not, yeah. I kinda like the A one,
Yeah, it-
even if you move it down, like you say, Jeff, a little bit more towards the
Towards
end,
steps.
then the camera will pick up.
Towards the steps that way, is that what you got?
No, the other
This way?
No, did you say?
I'm talking, yeah, 2 more steps, you'd have to.
Towards the steps, yeah.
Yeah.
Then that camera up on the door would get it.
That's
yeah.
correct.
You have a couple cars there though, that'd be out in the road.
My only question, I mean, how many people are we expecting to drop something off per day? And, you know, I'm just wondering, come in in the morning at 8, when people are trying to get in, I don't know.
Then you go around the block.
Yeah, that's true. I just want, that's just a,
There,
It's a hit or miss thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well-
starting the end of June is gonna be busier.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a while. For a while it'll be busy, but normally it won't.
Having no idea.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And if they can't drop it in that box, they got their check made out, they can drive across the street and drive into the Henry County drive-through and drop it there. You know, so
Yep.
if the bus would be sitting there or something that they couldn't.
I'm advertising more for the banks too, so
Yeah.
people are aware that they
Yeah,
can
they can
drop off
work.
at 3
Yeah,
separate banks,
yeah.
so it's.
Yeah.
But I think added security is just that it's right by the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah, at least, my thought is, one, it has to be in the view of the camera.
Yeah,
2, that we can monitor and be able to possibly pull a license plate off a vehicle. 3, that we can see the person that's dropping the stuff off. And 4, that whether you or Kevin, if Kevin, you're gonna use the drop box, can see when it was picked up.
yeah.
And can also have one of the deputies in security be there to at least watch.
So I guess we need to make sure exactly which, if that door camera, that's the
Would
one.
pick up out there,
We'll
yeah.
be able to
Yeah.
pick all that up.
We know the east entrance of the courthouse is fully on. But if it's extremely important to have drive-up capabilities, you can't there.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of you park there and walk around the front of your car or back of your car,
Yeah.
and you can have access to it.
So A seems to be the better place.
The only thing I got was maintenance was worried about plowing.
Well, they just gotta watch it.
I mean, and Sheriff Bodenbender, I have a mock-up, because I actually had a box that's about the size that this is gonna stick out. He was worried about how far it would stick out for when the CCNO bus comes.
Yeah.
CCNO bus can still fit in there with that sticking out, even with our cars parked there.
Should be able to.
Well, both Bob and I know any truck driver, if something's there, they'll hit it.
2 questions, Lisa. Would you put a sign on it so no cash or something like that, so people aren't putting cash you get people paid?
I get people that send cash to the post, so.
I told that story the other day, because you told me, I thought, seriously?
Decades ago, how did you?
Well, yeah, that was decades, and it got held in hell at the stagecoach, you watched
Right
your
now,
money, too.
I'm getting people dropping off, it's a little one that's bolted to the table, it's cash.
Putting cash in there?
You can have all the signs that
Yeah.
people are gonna do what they're gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think the city building does say that, doesn't it, say no
Yes,
cash?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the other question, is this only for the treasurer's office, or would it be for other offices? as
I
well?
talked to Kevin that we could share it, we share the post office box now.
Yeah, and whether I would advertise it, but I think we could do that for, if people want to do it for dog tags, I have no problem with that. And either mail or dropped off. Talk about, it probably would be a good idea to put no cash on there, because that's just a risk. Maybe, I don't know if that protects us, that if somebody puts cash in and they short us, and then they are adamant that they paid us 100%.
Then we got the camera to look at it.
Well, you got the camera to look at it, plus we told you not to.
We told you not to.
Yeah, yeah.
And it might deter someone from wanting to
break in.
to break into.
To break into it, that's what I was thinking, Michael, that's what I was thinking, Mike.
And that would be, an audit, that would be an issue with the state operator.
Well, I would assume so, but I'm concerned that if, someone's taxes, they're supposed to pay 1,000 and they pay 500, and it's like, well, what did you guys do with the extra 500?
Yeah.
We didn't do a darn thing, that's why it says no cash.
Yeah,
Right there, it is.
It's not our liability.
Right, I agree with that, Kevin.
would that cover it?
Well,
I mean, would
I think that would certainly help us,
certainly help.
because nowadays anybody's gonna,
We have,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
have done what is reasonable.
exactly.
Yeah,
We have at
okay,
least
okay.
taken those steps.
Reasonable and customary.
We had a lady this past year for dog tags accuse us of being in the wrong when it was her that bounced the check, so.
Yeah.
Cash it too soon?
Just, no, it was a different story on that one. Yeah.
Not this time.
yeah.
It would have never been right, but anyway.
But any place
But
you,
yeah, I think we would use it because one of the things right now is
Bob, let me see the
we're
model.
holding off with sending homestead letters and CAUV letters just because it's added people coming into the courthouse, and we just don't want that. So if we had this option, we could put a note in there that could be dropped off there. There's no postage, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
see, that's the camera there, I don't think.
Okay, that's the front.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it just needs to be turned a little bit by the door
Yeah,
to catch that.
Was there any way it could just be bolted to that sidewalk? Sort of by the pedestrian? I know it's not, you're not gonna see people in their license plates.
But then people can't drive up, right? You know?
I'm thinking if you put it on the sidewalk and then it's.
don't
flush with
confuse
the
it, because it
edge of the
gets
sidewalk,
confused pretty easy.
I see what you're saying.
He just,
And then that way, when they plow snow, they're not gonna hit it, and it's.
You mean if it was right on the sidewalk,
Yeah.
you'd have to walk around it?
Yeah, I guess you'd have to
Yeah.
see how much does that deter.
Yeah.
So I think-
Sheriff better didn't want that walkway hindered at all.
Okay.
Well, that camera, if it did it right there by the railing, could be turned down a little, still capture what we want to capture.
Oh, there, yeah.
Yeah.
Because isn't that the one from the back door of the sheriff's department?
I think so,
Or is there
yeah.
another?
Yeah, the back
I think
door.
that's the back door there.
No, that's.
So it could be
that's
turned
it.
just
It
a
could-
little
Yeah,
bit.
it could be.
If you turn it down a little, that, because you're watching that door there, aren't you, the courthouse door, is that what that's supposed to be?
Trying to keep in is that you've got the employee entrance here,
Yeah,
or one of them,
Yeah.
where, most, I think primarily Alan uses that,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah, 'cause Mikey won't get that.
okay. And, the doghouse, so it could come down low.
Yeah, and still get the back door.
Yeah, and, yeah. Now, my thought had been, Lisa, is put it either here or over here.
yeah. And I understand what you're talking about drive-up, but that way, if we did it there,
Yeah, but I like the drive up,
Yeah.
because that's the whole purpose of putting this box, and
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I think.
I understand what you're saying,
But some of the other counties do have drive up, drop off.
yeah, but the walk-up thing, they would see who it was, but.
Well, if we
You
can
can't
turn that
walk.
camera down, I think then it
Yeah,
gets
we
what
should
I'm
do.
looking for.
Well, we'll also.
Well, maybe
Let's take a look, I think maybe we could throw this under the CARES. Because if it wouldn't been for these blasted COVID, we wouldn't be doing it. So,
Right.
Right.
Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay.
My only problem, if we put it there, is you've already got people that come walking up thinking they can get into the courthouse there, just the public. And if you have any employees going to and from
People
Yeah.
meetings or just coming in,
Right,
they
yeah.
could slip in, so you're in with another security issue.
Yeah.
But
That's why
there are a lot
I
of people that do that.
I like the other spot, A.
No, that's,
And I've had letters from people wanting a drive-up box, and I understand it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was always, you know, we were worried about CCNO and the legalities but at this time of the pandemic, I think it would be good, as long as everybody is on board with.
But you gotta put it someplace where there's existing concrete now, because we'll never get concrete poured around back there. That'll take, we ordered concrete over a year ago for out here, and it isn't done yet. And he said, as soon as the snow stops flying, I'll get that.
Just go to somebody else.
Yes.
Didn't say what year.
Yeah. No, he did say this spring, he did tell me that personally.
Just get somebody else to do it then.
Well, I think that's what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, and instead of right here, I think I'd rather have it on the south side of the building. B. Location B. Yeah.
That's where, then you gotta pour concrete.
That's also traffic.
We pour concrete, we're doing this because of the code.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, but what I'm getting
add
at
up
is,
another camera.
you gotta, yeah, and that's all doable, but getting the concrete poured before July.
Can Austin do that?
Who?
I mean, wouldn't Austin be able to do it?
Might be able to.
Well,
That's who we're waiting on.
around here and the War Memorial, one that's still has
You're
been
looking at
there.
probably a yard of concrete.
I'm just saying.
That's, if Austin can do it, I don't care.
Austin, Steve could probably do it. Steve can do it.
Steve can do it, yeah.
Steve can do anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I just
And then
don't want
there's-
to surface
It's
mountain
gonna be done that way.
concrete, I know one of the other counties I talked to, they just have a wooden beam that they attached it to and put it down in the ground, and I
No,
No, we
know
don't.
that's secure enough.
no, they'll be hooking over that with a pickup truck and taking it out.
And then if you put it at B, Glenn, then you wouldn't have to mess with the camera too much, because there's already a camera back by that door.
Yeah, we'd have to change
Yeah, well, I
that
think
camera.
we'll still need, either change the camera,
I think you would have to,
yeah.
so you could see because I think that's a little bit further around the corner than where that picture was that we were seeing.
Yeah, 'cause that's more on the east side of the
Yeah,
building.
yeah, I think so,
Mhm.
yeah.
So you're talking further around than what might be.
Yeah, see, I think it's more back further that way is where you're gonna put it. This is in the back of the building, I believe.
It's on the southeast.
There we go.
Actually, south end, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
it would
further
be-
around than B,
Yeah,
but.
it would be
That's
the-
where you have a camera.
Yeah, it's just gonna depend on where the edge of the sheriff's office is,
Yeah.
whether we'll be able to catch that.
Of course, why couldn't you put it right here? Well, I think it would maybe be convenient to pull up there though, huh? Because if cars park here, is that
Well, but
right?
you'd still be able to get around it if you put it right at the top, right there.
Yeah.
Put it right there.
Yeah.
I think the sheriff's office is a ways back.
That's their back door.
Yeah,
Those steps are their back door.
and that camera might be movable where you.
If we turn it a little bit more that way,
Yeah.
actually, if you turn it a little bit more that way, you might be able to see the person's face when they're putting the,
Of course,
they're
you're
right
not
in
gonna see
the top box.
plates after, what, July? Isn't that when they're not gonna do front plates?
July 1st, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if we can, go ahead and get it ordered, Lisa,
Okay.
and earmark it for COVID expense. However that works. That way we can get our expense into, easily collect our numbers and,
Under that line.
yeah.
I don't know.
And, we'll talk to Christopher and see what kind of leeway we have on that camera.
Okay.
Is Christopher in today?
Yeah, he was here at 8.
Yeah, for that meeting, okay. I just wanted to check on a microphone, because I talked to the judge about seeing if he could get a microphone, a portable one for our witnesses, because if they're gonna wear masks for grand jury, it's hard to hear them, for the
Yeah.
grand jurors, if they're gonna be sitting in the gallery,
Yeah.
so he was gonna look into a microphone for us.
Yeah, and it seems like everything you do is taking longer now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, every-
That's why I told him 2 weeks ago, so gave us a window of
Yeah, we mentioned that, yeah.
Okay.
And I think he talked, to some, I'm pretty sure he talked to
Maybe
some.
I'll
Okay.
put them when I have line item, because
So, yeah, we'll check in.
Okay. How do you, okay. So, the item, the way I had it laid out, had payment included, the word payment on the stickers, but you want no cash.
Right. Can't you just make a,
Do you want me to add stickers? Do you want it painted on there?
Decal's fine.
I said, because we have a line in POs and everything for it, so she can just send it to me to pay out the COVID line.
So do we need payment and no cash, or just no cash on it? What do you think?
You just do a little small line that said, pay no cash.
Like the picture has payment, that's what I had included on
but
it.
can't you just get a
I can
order
get
of
it changed
stickers?
to say no cash.
Yeah.
Would that cost more, or?
The custom lettering is the same as what the payment it says, so I would think no more letters than what payment says. I just didn't know if we needed payment and no cash, or just the same.
I would leave that up to you, Lisa.
Okay.
I think the cash is.
What do you think?
I would put both on there.
Yeah, I think you gotta have no cash on there, so,
Payment and no cash.
yeah.
And then,
Yeah, because what's perfectly clear to the people sitting in this room will not be perfectly clear to the person that pulls up there.
is the gray color okay, or do we need something more visible like red?
No, we want to keep it as understated as
Well, that's what I was
possible.
figuring, but I wanted
Yep,
to
you're
ask
right.
before.
Yep.
That's what I had it at, was gray.
Well, it would be, if we did it red, it would be interesting to see how long it took for anybody to make a comment, even the deputies.
You showing us this?
What's that?
You showing us this? What do you want from it?
Yeah,
Glenn said you wanted it red engraved for,
No.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
No, we're gonna go green and white here, so.
Green would blend into the grass.
Is that for Tony?
Black and,
Yeah.
black and red, and it'd be the alternate. Sort of like the alternate jerseys.
Okay, you, marijuana, you all set, Lisa?
I believe so.
All right.
What's that? Anything?
So the concrete pad.
Well,
Do I need to contact somebody, or are you getting ahold of somebody to do the concrete pad?
yeah.
And then it comes with the plates and everything, but I do not think it came with the bolts to put into
No,
it.
they usually doesn't.
They'll drill holes in there, they'll have to put the concrete down and
Yeah,
let it set
or
up.
put them in while, concrete's.
If they have a template, yeah,
Yeah.
they'll put them in.
How much was it? The way I had it was about $686.
I was doing like $450 a PO. You got a number to order.
Okay, thank you.
All right, wonderful. Glenn, you got anything else?
No.
Michael? Wonderful.
What is it you want Michael to work on, you said?
The landfill.
Go ahead.
The landfill. The dollar on our contract fee, we're gonna raise it another $1, because our post-closure fund is going down fast. Although it'll last as long as I'm gonna last here yet, I hate to stick that on the next guy, because Jeff's still gonna be around after I leave.
And I believe there's something, Katie has done a song.
Okay.
And I believe she did that for the
Yeah, she did, and she has a list of, basically what it is, we have to write a letter to everybody that Henry County people take to the trash to, like, some people take it to Fulton, or, to the different landfills around here, all the landfills, so that's what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Did Laura send those letters out?
Who?
I was thinking Laura sent, or provided her with.
She's got the list, but I think probably Katie's got, because she said Katie did it, she told me
Oh.
Katie did it.
It was only
I'll get.
Okay.
maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Shared all the time.
Yeah.
Those businesses, and those are the only two I could think of that would fit that.
Yeah. Yeah,
that you were asking for.
Yeah, the other was I was thinking the greenhouses.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them just went ahead and opened up.
Yeah.
And,
What other businesses were you thinking of?
Well, when he was asking some that the locals wouldn't have would be guns, because that's why Dunham's was allowed to stay open, because they have guns. I mean,
Yeah, but what about, see, we don't have anybody here selling, except
that's what I mean.
out of
So
ordinance
it
does, but.
The florist, a lot of them did curbside.
Yeah, some of them did, yeah.
Some of them.
The other one that I thought of was like Vince's and B&I, but Christopher told me Vince's pretty well stayed open because they couldn't.
Well, B&I stayed open.
Did they stay open too?
I mean, I don't think their store was open, but they were doing
Service calls,
repairs.
yeah.
Service calls.
Yeah.
But then again, you had Lowe's and Menards
We're
open to
Yeah.
sell appliances.
and to sell appliances, so that's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair to the people who are here.
Yeah, and I said yesterday is that there apparently is a fair amount of discussion amongst the representatives
Yeah.
of, okay, you have these big box stores that are considered essential, and our core business people are closed.
Yeah.
But you know, Cuomo in New York closed some of those box stores that were selling guns, and now he's being sued by the NRA.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah.
So, you know, it's,
Did they even close Hobby Lobby?
Yes. Yeah, they did.
They sort of lost that.
Because the Attorney General threatened to file an injunction against them, and they.
That was actually on one of the press releases.
They closed Joanne Fabrics too, and my wife keeps an eye on that, but.
No,
but then-
they were open.
But they reopened it again as soon as they found out people were making masks at home.
Right,
And that's
yeah,
when they
they
kind of
opened.
reopened it again.
Wasn't that the point of Hobby Lobby too?
No, Hobby Lobby doesn't sell
I
a lot
don't
of.
think they sell a lot of material.
It's more craft.
Yeah.
It's craft stuff, yeah.
Joanne Fabric was.
Yet, you can
fabric.
you can go to Kroger's, the large Kroger's anymore, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
buy furniture, you can buy all
Oh,
this
it's,
stuff.
the one in Walmart,
Jewelry?
you can buy everything.
Yeah, that one in, both those are.
Super.
The new one with you.
Yeah, their first test store in Hebron,
The bar's closed.
Hebron, Kentucky.
The bar's closed in the one in Waterville though.
It is?
Yeah, you can't buy beer.
You been up there to check it or not? How do you know that?
It was on the beer trail.
I had to go to the meet and I walked by it.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Just so you check it out, huh?
The stools were up on the bar.
Yeah. The other one I saw, there was the shoes, we do have a shoe store downtown, was he closed or was he open?
No, he was closed.
He was closed, so.
Yeah,
And
and
Walmart
some of them,
sells
they
too.
could have probably, it was just unclear,
Yeah, yeah.
really unclear. And-
Well, you know, the other day, Marks had made a statement, it's got nothing to do with this stuff, but he made a statement that churches were never really on that list, but the churches all voluntarily closed.
Well, that's because of our calls that we had with that, getting them to understand
Yeah.
how important this was.
Yeah.
And now the
that's
Catholic
thing.
Church, the bishop
Yeah.
said, you aren't having it.
Oh, yeah?
The bishop sent out a letter to all the Catholic churches
Shut 'em
and
down.
said, you are not having this, we're dispensing of your obligation, find other ways.
But would the churches fall under though you couldn't have large gatherings?
Right, more than 10.
More, yeah.
Plus then you get sued again, like the NRA, you get
Yeah.
sued because it's
Right.
First
So
Amendment.
if they wanted to have church services all day,
Well, the
10
church downtown,
Yeah.
they had church every Sunday. Every week there were 10 cars
Yeah.
at
Oh,
least.
one, okay.
So I know darn well they were more than 10, because that church has lots of families that go there, and they were open every Sunday.
behind the brick and
Oh,
Which church?
The one downtown by Burke and Brew,
Oh, okay. Huh.
they had church every Sunday.
I'll be there.
They didn't stop.
I saw St. John's and Hobie had church
We did
Sundays.
too, but it was all on social media.
And we had social media.
Yeah, we had social media.
But Colgate Church had parking lot church.
Hoagie, St. John's, Hoagie, they had parking lot, because this Sunday we got
They
done.
had it every Sunday parking lot.
Yeah, we got done with YouTube Church early, so we drove up to Hoagie to get some stuff, and by golly, they were pulling, I said, it's 10 o'clock, they're pulling in.
They had parking lot.
Okay,
During the whole
okay.
time.
We had YouTube church and we had drive-through communion on Sunday.
Yeah. I think now it's gonna start, because now for the Catholic Church, it's confirmation and graduation, same
Yeah,
for Lutheran.
yeah,
And I think
yeah.
they're gonna still do it though,
Yeah,
you know.
we're gonna, St. John's and Defiance is where Debbie goes to church, and they sent out something yesterday on Facebook, I think that they're gonna, the 30th, after that weekend, the last weekend, they're gonna open up church again.
You should, for hours, you should hear this week.
Yeah.
There's talk about adding a third service and then pulling the number of chairs out. You have to sign up for a particular service.
Yeah.
Which I think that's probably what they will do.
And that's why I told my wife, I said, we'll go on Saturday night like we usually do, because there's hardly ever more than 50 people in there anyhow. So you sit far apart, you can sit far apart.
250 to 300 for a service,
Yeah.
a couple hundred, just like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for coming out.
Yep, see you all. See you guys. You too.
Thank you. Hey, Glenn, I need a signature on some paperwork.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna leave it
See ya.
with you.
So I can discuss the sign now, whatever we need to sign, and
We can discuss some of the Love's truck stuff.
We're going to be signing the, Lisa Fund.
I'm just curious, who's fronting the money for the road?
They got,
The way it looked to me on that paper, it's, is it in there?
they got a grant for some of it.
it would be the city.
Because they're gonna do a tip.
Well, then it would be the city
Here.
that's not, we haven't been asked to participate.
Well, street improvements,
But I thought on that,
490,000 through the RLF, 934,970 private,
Oh,
Just so that-
and then their admission. So it is towards the street, the CDBG money,
for the street improvements.
just 490,000 of it.
Yeah.
And then there's
It's gonna be
900,
for 30 years. But see, okay, all right.
That's what that is.
But for the building, go up there and look at the where it says building, on that part.
License that we can use that.
I'm not worried, I'm worried about the street improvements.
Oh,
Sorry about
okay.
that.
Oh, okay.
and it says private, so
yeah.
Well,
We didn't
I don't know
sure
who
yet
was
what
doing
that. The private.
Probably Love.
Love, probably.
And I don't remember.
Yeah. Just fine, I just want to.
Right.
You know, I kind of like when money just shows up.
Yeah. Well, I got the
So-
invoice yesterday, so I'll be raising it.
I could tell you what's gonna happen on this with the TIF when he's done,
Yeah.
just so that you guys know. There's
Okay,
nothing,
sounds good.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you,
Lisa.
thank you, have a good day.
You too.
See you, Lisa.
Bye.
bye, Lisa. So this, they're looking at doing a TIF for the Lowe's truck stop. We have not had a TIF in Henry County at all, or for a very, very long time.
It's been in the city and it was this.
So what they're gonna do, just to let you guys know, that TIF agreement will be for 30 years, probably. They will get taxed. The tax money will not go to the taxing entities.
Goes to the.
It'll go to the payment of the TIFs.
Mhm.
So, the agreement on this is, just keep in mind, that while we will get sales tax, and it's beneficial for that, we will not, for 30 years, get any real estate taxes from it.
Yeah.
They will pay real estate taxes,
But it goes to the TIF.
but it will go to payment of the TIF.
The city does their community reinvestment areas and just takes away our tax.
Yeah.
10 years, 15 years. We don't have any say.
We don't have a say in that.
No. Statutorily, we don't have a say.
No, and that's just, so you're all on board,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
just like
We
the,
don't really have.
What do we do to stop it?
we need to talk to our legislators to try to get that changed, because, there's a CRA out that direction, where there's a payment made to the city infrastructure fund.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they went, and they're legal to do this up to like 50% without having any approval.
Yeah.
They're taking our tax dollars away from us, but yet when they do a payment to the city infrastructure fund,
Yeah.
and I think the township gets some money too, they make whole a little bit on themselves.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know if they do with the income tax.
The school districts typically are made whole. And then,
Yeah, the school district is.
So do we gain on it? We gain by sales tax, we sure do, we do.
I got a question about sales tax. There's a gasoline tax, is any of that sales tax? Is there sales tax on gasoline?
Yeah, there's a lot of tax on gasoline.
There's a lot of tax on gasoline.
There's some state, there's federal, and then there's local, yeah.
Is our local sales tax on there?
Mhm, yeah.
Okay, so we get 7.5% or 7.25% on,
Well, we don't get that full amount, no.
I mean, but we charge that though, that's part of that sales tax.
Some, that comes back
So
to,
you'll make a good chunk, 'cause.
that comes back to Tim's GTMV fund.
Right.
Gas tax motor vehicle. Yeah.
That's what I was asking, does any of that come to sales tax?
I'd have to check on that
Yeah,
for sure.
that's it, good, I'm glad I'm not the only one that didn't know. Just curious, because when you think of all the gas that gets sold in this county, when you sit out there at that truck stop, watch, there's a ton of fuel goes through there. There's a lot of sales tax.
how many semi-tankers a day?
Oh, at least, yeah.
Two or three a day between Petro.
Yeah.
And the other one,
Yeah,
oh, and, no, the three.
yeah, three, yeah. And with another one coming in, that's only, it won't lessen it, but it'll make it more, because the more truck stops are there, the more the trucks stop. That's just, because some of them have contracts with Lowe's,
So,
some have contracts
For
with.
gasoline, the total tax is 56.9 cents per gallon. For diesel, 71.4.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to the federal and to the state. The first 28 cents, 35% to local projects, 65% to state projects. The remainder, 45%, goes to local projects, the 55% goes to state projects. So I would understand that as your GTMV gets money, your townships get gas tax money, but the sales tax that I report to you guys, that is not
That's
part
not,
of that.
okay. And that was my question.
And with
You answered.
that diesel, there's a mileage tax built into that.
Yeah.
Because if you buy,
Yeah.
if you don't buy fuel in Ohio and you run in Ohio, you have to pay Ohio highway use tax.
Highway use
Unless
tax.
you got like a sticker on it.
Unless you stop and buy fuel.
Yeah.
If you buy fuel to offset your miles,
Then that's changed, because it used to be you paid the fuel tax and the mileage tax. The axle, we call it an axle tax, it was half a cent per axle. I can remember that when we bought our trucks.
if you have, whether you run, 3 axles on the.
Yeah, right.
On the tractor and 2 on the trailer, and whether, whether you ran empty or loaded, it was all the same.
The mileage tax is all the same, yeah. Now you pay above your fuel tax, I think it's still that way, but because, why do we do it like that?
But it was in.
Yeah.
But what I was saying, Bob, is that, like when I was dispatching Bullmax, if we run into Indiana, and we tracked the miles that we were running.
Yeah, you have to,
I would be able to tell the driver, you need to buy this much fuel in Indiana.
Indiana's one of them. Is Ohio one of them too then? I didn't think Ohio was one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know that for sure, because I thought they charged because at each state line, that's why truckers pull over at the state line, they're logging their miles.
And ran into Pennsylvania and New York, and, it just became a rule of thumb, we'll let you know how much fuel.
Yeah.
You may only have to buy once a year, but.
Yeah, right.
We're running regularly to Syracuse.
I know that Indiana's, 2 years ago when I called to Minutes, Indiana's, their mileage rate went up drastically, and he said, drive as few miles in Indiana as you can, find the shortest route, and so we did, and that was taking a lot of country highways, I call them, but it was cheaper for him.
Electronic logbooks, we track that.
Yeah, well, Farm trucks don't have electronic functions. They still do it the old way.
No, I wasn't there.
Huh?
It's like, no, I wasn't on
No,
that.
I wasn't there yet.
They may have chosen to do
Yeah.
that way
Yeah.
in lieu of buying fuel.
Right, right. And then our, yeah, 'cause they buy all their fuel over here. But, my grandson now, he's got a credit card. And whenever he buys fuel, he uses that credit card, and it tracks the miles by where he buys that credit card. It tracks how many miles he's into that state, or wherever he buys, whatever state he buys fuel in, and figures that all out for him, so when he gets a statement, he knows where he owes taxes at. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Credit guy said, whoa, that's,
Great use of
yeah,
technology.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, I just saw it on the agenda.
Yeah,
It's something that's coming.
And
This is the first one that we've had for a while.
for a while. And what do we do? You know, there's.
Well, the method of it, I'll just say this, because there was talk of another one down the southern part of Henry County, and that was gonna be a residential one. My opinion as the auditor is that it works for commercial industrial, it's not, it's a risk for residential. Because commercial industrial, we are gonna get jobs, we're gonna get sales tax, we're gonna get the gas tax.
Yeah.
So it adds to a community.
Yeah,
Now, houses add to a community, but to do a TIF for the street improvement on that,
yeah,
you don't get the additional taxes. Now, you
That
can
might-
argue that those that live in the houses spend their money locally, and that is true.
yeah,
But the risk is does the developer develop the houses too,
yeah,
to make the payments for the TIF?
yeah,
Where this here is a one entity, it's gonna be built,
yeah,
it's gonna be done and completed in, say, next year at this time. Where a housing development is, if you've got 10
Right.
houses that you gotta build, do they build all 10 houses?
at the same time.
And when do they sell them?
Yeah.
And, do you have it wrapped up in 3 years? Or like, the lots around where I live at, there are still lots for sale, and I've been in my house for 20 years, so.
Yes, yeah.
And, out by,
But you can do a TIF for a housing project though, like that.
Well, and that's the one that was gonna be talked about, and maybe still do down in the southern part, is I brought up the individual, I said, well, who's fronting the money? And the person initially says, I think the county might be interested, and I'm like, well, I would do my best to talk them out of that. And then when I started explaining it to the attorney that was in charge of that, I'm like, it was in a village, this is why don't the village take the risk, because they're the ones that's really pushing it. And
Yeah.
by the way, the $300,000 to $400,000 that they're gonna front the money, if it goes belly up, you're out of money.
Yeah, yeah,
That changes your tune real quick.
yeah.
So,
and it's also in the village of Deschler. The
Yeah.
family's gonna front the money.
Are they
that's
gonna
the
do
last I heard.
And it has gone nowhere, so yeah.
So,
And nothing's moved there yet, yeah.
Just to follow up with that, Glenn, I mean, and I don't know the true story, but the family's fronting the money, they're gonna wanna make sure that's a good investment. So why are they dragging their feet a little bit now, because they're looking at that investment because it is their money?
Yeah, it could well be, yeah. Yeah, that man's never made any dumb investments. I don't think. He's sitting on a bundle.
Okay.
So he's gonna make sure it pays off for him.
I will see you guys then.
Okay, Christine, do you have anything else for us?
That was what's in the packet.
Okay. Jeff?
No, sir.
Yep, how did the, JDC go?
Their internet connection's terrible.
Oh, can't do her there, huh? I wonder
Well,
why.
yeah, a number of, it was apparent that nobody had really done that.
Okay.
To set the meeting up, because it automatically went in with all mics open, so there was, I have trouble like that differentiating.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was somebody carrying on a conversation or had a radio on in
Oh.
our office,
Yeah,
and finally somebody said, mute your mics.
Yeah.
And big difference.
Oh, yeah, you can't, yeah.
I've attended better run meetings, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Activate Healthcare is providing the healthcare for the children, the youth that's out there.
Oh, yeah?
They notify, the detention center that they no longer want to provide the service because we have too many children, too high at-risk children that are insulin dependent. And we've had some other serious things. They don't want the liability. But they will take the liability on for, double the fee.
Yeah.
So scrambling to look at it, and anything else is probably based on the same thing.
Okay.
And we're going to look into possibly getting a nurse from the Educational Service Center, see if that's feasible. I don't know.
So there isn't a doctor, a nurse on board there all the time? We do at the thing, there's a lot more people there too.
Yeah, and maybe could utilize the service at the jail.
That one, yeah.
And they have a quote from the company that's providing the service, and it's fairly pricey.
Yeah. I'm sure they're gonna do it for nothing either.
Okay, with that, we only have one item on the agenda or two items on the agenda for Thursday budget adjustments, then and now.
So far, that's it.
Okay. With that said, will there be a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Christie?
Jeff Myers.
Yes.
Bob Costa.
Yes.
Glenn Miller.
Yes, we are adjourned at 11:12 a.m. Bye.